Running a country, whatever, this is not there. I'm a cricketer. That's why I'm saying I'm not a politician or anything. I'm a cricketer. I'm a normal citizen of Sri Lanka because I don't see any religion. When they supported me, total country, right, when I was 95, they thought I'm a Tamil. Only Tamils have supported me. Vijay Sethupathi, right, he was so happy. He said, I won't get an opportunity like to do like this, and I really wanted to do this story. But in some politicians, and with that, some of the directors and some people also started Vijay Sethupathi to leave some actors and everything. So I thought he was in tremendous under pressure, and they are threatening their family like that.
Vijay's family and everybody?
Yeah, they were threatening their family also. Like that, they acted like that. So it came big, huge news for 1 or 2 weeks, done and everything. And then I realized and spoke to him and said, don't, it will spoil your career. Then only finally he decided, okay, I will walk out. And he didn't say anything. I said, 2 words I said, I think he said in the TV, and when Nandri Vanakkam, and he went off because he is so disappointed. He couldn't do this movie.
Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Zoom Speak Easy. My guest today is of course a cricketing legend, but he's so much more than that. He's battled controversies, highs and lows, but nothing could really stop what he could do. His contribution to cricket is so massive that you cannot forget what he has done. I'm of course talking about the legend himself, Muthiah Muralidaran, a very talented actor along with him, Madhur, who's going to be playing him in the biopic. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
What you had to go through besides just playing your game was go through all of that and still stand tall. You know, when someone questions something that you know you've practiced for so many years, which is your bowling action, then something inside you can break, but it never did, right? You had to face racism for that in other countries. We know which country, of course. You know, you had to go through so much. I want to know, Murali, at that time, what held you? What kind of kept you sane? And how do you look back today? Because we cannot take away for the fact that 800 test cricket wickets are not easy, and you can call it anything, but it's yours.
Yeah, it's a very tall ask to somebody to achieve that, because it's not going to take years and years. At least took me 20 years to do that. But the most important thing is controversial, because controversial is part and parcel of my life. It is not, you can't get rid of that, because it is comes, because it's not I created, it's come from other way, because it is not by my fault or anything, it's automatically it happens. So one controversial is our family, because we are from ancestor from India. When the Britishers took my grandfather to Sri Lanka for tea plantations, from them there the story starts. After 47 48 independence, there was problems in Sri Lanka. Tamil Sinhalese problem was there. It's riots has happened. We got affected in those things, and as a family also we've been suffered a lot. And then as a country, because I'm a Sri Lankan, so still country also suffered, because any division in the country is a small country, like 20 million people, 65,000 square kilometers. So giving divisions and happening, it's not possible in those countries. So it is like so much of problems created. And in that time, I have somehow, the luck has created me to play cricket, and suddenly it happened because I studied in a hostel, St. Anthony's College. It's a hostel I stayed, 3,500 children, and out of that 600 are in the hostel. So I lived my age of 6 to 18 in the hostel, because it's a Christian schools, you know the rules and regulations. In that only I learned there is no divisions, because in our hostel dormitory there are 70 to 80 students. In that, Tamils are there, Sinhalese are there, Muslims are there, Hindus are there, like all there. We look like we have problems, differences between us, but we all end of the day gang together and friends. So there in any way within fights didn't come like racism or outside in the country. It is happening political wise, and its problems are going. We like is just be like friends and like a family in the hostel. So that puts me everything, see ups and lows, downs, everything comes in the hostel life. So we adjust there. There is no parents to guide you and everything. There is a warden and a matron. So we have to rules and regulation follow and go. So that made me too easy to overcome these problems a lot when it comes in the cricket field. It's a cricket field when you are in the boxing day, and also as a country, because I'm a minority and it's a lot of problems are going on still. Whole country with the captain Arjun Ranatunga to the teammates all stood behind me, even though the problems are there. As when it comes to a national issue and as a problem, and I am from a minority, still they stood as a Sri Lankan. Didn't think race or religion or anything, stood to me. So that gives me an immense power to overcome the problems I went through in cricketing life.
I mentioned your bowling action. You know, you have been through a lot in the field, also with I think a lot of Australian fans at some point, you know, hurling abuses and calling you chucker and stuff in the stand while you are literally playing on the field. Can you imagine what that does to you? I think at a point, at the time, sledging was at its worst, and I think now people understand that this is a gentleman's game and they give you that respect. Still happens a little bit, but that for me, I want to make people who are watching this understand what you went through, because there was a point when you're calm about it and you lost towards, you look at a person who has painted his face black and there's no ball there and you flipped him off because it was obviously you're angry and you're painting your face black. That itself is racism. I want to know how that moment was. And today when you go back and you meet, I know the checking references have come up, you've had that conversation, people who you meet today, how do they now say? Do you feel that, do you feel they've evolved? Do you feel they're apologetic about what you went through?
Not really, I would
No?
say. Not really, because it is science has fixed it. Because in cricketing world, and also fans and all over the world, there will be always, whatever happens to a human being or sportsman or actor or anybody, there will be who liking your face as a person, there will be support through it. If never they would have met you, they don't, in case in life, it's a human nature, they don't like his face or I don't like him. So they will believe the other thing is the right. So there is always, you have to take it 60-40. See, 60% you favor you, 40% there will be, even in cricket field, even there. So the doubts, they won't believe. If it's in proven in courts or proven in anywhere, if it's legitimate, but they're conscious, they don't want to believe that. You see, you can't please everyone. So I am making sure that the authorities, ICC, they accept it. Scientifically, I am clean. So I don't want to prove that the people who say sledge. So sledging, you talk about sledging. Yes, sledging is happening. With those days, ICC rules are rules and conduct you have. When you sledge, if you get away. But now it's very strict. So many cameras on you. Stub mics are there. Everything. Those days, technology is less. So you can get away. Now you can't get away. That's why sledging has come down. So I'm saying they are like, not chucking part, they say filth and everything, sledge. It's part and parcel of Australian sports. Because they itself, when you're playing state cricket, they will sledge each other. So that is their part and part of their culture or sport. But when it comes to other things, so see, as a human race, right, sometimes we are in a modern generation, 20th century, but still people little bit adamant sometimes, they don't want to believe we all same human race, and if you cut me or cut you, or it's the same blood, the color of the blood is same, but maybe the different things. So you have to make sure that everyone, you can't satisfy them or please them or whatever, but whatever the authorities says that you have to prove them it is wrong, and that's the 95. After that, we asked the ICC a question that, okay, if one man can't reveal as a player's career, so he can be wrong what he's saying, but you have to give the benefit to the victim to prove. So that's what we did, and we proved my innocence in that. But still, I think 60% will believe, 40% won't believe. I am saying that you can ask.
That is why
don't ask the Asians, ask the foreign countries.
They will still believe.
Yeah, still believe. They will say even sometimes the rules are changed to accommodate me.
And also the fact that you've been so real, you've never, I think, not answered a question, and you've always put your side. That, I think, is also testament to who you are. You are not afraid to talk about it.
Yeah, you have to be honest, no, because you can't see in life, right? You're going to live only once. You have to truthful. So you do mistakes, right? Everyone do mistakes, because sometimes you do by knowingly, but only. Once you realize you have done some damage, you should able to go and sorry to that person and make sure. Then you are living the life here, right? You have to enjoy your life and love your life. That is one. Next one is also you can't live alone in this place. There are people to be there, talk to you and everything. It's a lonely place. You can't come in one island and lonely. It's not interesting. You will suicide yourself because it is very pathetic, right? So when you live, so you have to make sure there are needy people, and sometimes if you are well enough, you try to put some faces, smile on some other faces, and also you one day you're going to die. Then you're not going to take the wealth or anything, memories, how many people you met, how many people you are there. So I live on that policies. So I also do mistakes because if I realize, I'm not ashamed of going sorry to the person, because nothing wrong with it once you realize and saying sorry to, because everyone is not perfect. So sometimes you do mistakes. When you play cricket, you try to get ball properly as the coach asks you to, but at the time you can't. Sometimes it doesn't happen.
So many things to ask Mandi sir, even more, but I'm going to quickly bring in Muthiah. See, we all could see what a fascinating life. Now I know that the instruction given to you was, of course, that you have to really copy me, but get the essence of who he is, right? I want to know what was truly your research material as an actor. Besides the videos, besides just talking to him, what truly worked for you, you think?
So obviously I did all the obvious things, as you said, watch all the videos available of him online, including the matches, the interviews, stuff like when he put on a brace, and did those interviews to try to show even the normal watching public and sports fans that, look, this is what's happening. This is not just for the experts, even you can watch what I'm doing. So except for all that, I heavily depended on the almost 2 years of research that my director did. He stayed with Murali sir, and the same thing that Ranveer was able to do with Kapil sir. My director did that, and he was in Sri Lanka for almost 2 years with sir, researching everything that you can imagine. That sir knew things that even sir was not aware about. So there are things that in the film, such as what was the situation in the dressing room, when what were they talking about when they thought of selecting this schoolboy cricketer, and what was going through, say, maybe Arjuna Ranatunga's head or the selector's head, and all those things even sir wasn't aware of. So there's this really apprehensive research that he did that I heavily depended on, and he was my my meter sort of as to how well I was doing throughout this.
And also I just interrupt. So I met him because after this episode of Vijay Sethupathi leaving and everything, one day I was in Leela Palace for some other reason. So Sethupathi brought him, this is the new actor going to act. He introduced me. Then I told him only at the time, don't put pressure, be yourself, don't try to copy me, right? So just be, right? Just enjoy the thing. That's all I said. Then I met about 15-20 minutes. He was a little bit nervous and at the time. So then I met only when they're shooting in Kandy near my house. So I went to see my parents. Then I bumped into that time, and then I saw with Sachin when we are launching the trailer. So I have no input, no even one advice or nothing. all credit to him. He has done a great job. Mannerism, everything, and even the bowling action, I think 60 to 70% he got it, nailed it. How he did it, I don't know, but all credit go to him. And see, all credit go to him because such a way he has done it, and it is something he has to be very proud of it to do that, because you can't do it that easily. And I think what he says, Sripati would have known me for 2 years. He was researching, and then he would have taught me, and he would have definitely, a bowling coach would have also helped him. And also the similarity, the problem is my right arm is 38 degrees bent, because his arm also, he got an accident and that also bent.
Is this true?
Yes, that's why it's imitate like that. Yeah.
So when I bowl, it sort of looks similar to what Sir bowls.
Oh, because of how he had to sort of,
So Sir naturally has both his
yeah,
elbows bent.
of course. That
and
which is
I had a really bad car crash around like 8 years back, and
look
smashed
at
my
the
head.
you
It's a
were
coincidence.
meant to,
Coincidence.
This is
Yeah.
destiny.
We
This
know.
is destiny.
Exactly.
We didn't know.
We didn't know.
See, my director didn't select him because of
Exactly.
that.
They
We
didn't.
didn't
course.
know even.
Yeah, they
You
weren't
wouldn't
aware of
do
this.
that.
And I told him I've literally got something up my sleeve that you'd really enjoy.
But
So,
he didn't know then when you had selected that,
No,
right?
no.
Because you mentioned Vijay Sethupathi, of course, I had to talk about what happened there. I saw the post on Twitter, which from the production house that was put out formally, which said that let's not put. We are saying that he's going to back out. I mean, we are saying that you don't have to be a part of this film. All of that went through. I could see that it was very disappointing for someone who is of that stature, for Mr. Sethupathi, because obviously he was clearly excited about it. Tell me what was going on in your mind, and what is that final conversation that you had with him, of course, and eventually, how did you sort of let it go?
So see, so Vijay Sethupathi, I was in IPL at the time. So director said he's in the IPL. He's in the shooting something in same hotel in there. He's staying. Then he said that can I talk to him and say that we can talk to him whether he can. So somehow he is supposed to give the time to meet myself, and we met him, and he is little bit reluctant first because he didn't know. So he said, okay, I will give a benefit of the chance because I like me, because he liked me as a cricketer. And then I spoke to a few words, and then after that he said, next 5 days in the evening after 8 o'clock I'll be there for 2 hours. You come and tell the story, script and everything. Once he said about 2-3 days time, he was so much want to do this film, right? He was so happy. He said, I won't get an opportunity like to do like this, and I really wanted to do this story. So then we went and signed him, and everything has happened. Then Suresh production has come as a producers, so it came like that. So then after that, the incident happened is because a few politicians made a huge issue of he should not act as a me because of some misquote and went through. They too disbelieved, and so many social media they can put, they don't know me, so without knowing they can circulate everything. But in some politicians, and with that some of the directors and some people also started Vijay Sethupathi to leave some actors and everything. So I thought he was in tremendous under pressure, and they are threatening their family like that.
Vijay's family and everybody?
Yeah, they were threatening their family also, like that. They acted like that. So it came huge news for 1 or 2 weeks. So I asked him. He really wanted to do. He doesn't care about anything. He wants to do this movie. It says it's a sports movie, and it's not related to anything else, but it's a true story of the man. So I wanted to do. There is nothing beyond that. As an actor, I have to acting. I am not going to be like him, but I'm acting is. So it went to done and everything, and then I realized and spoke to him and said, so Vijay sir, to just make sure that you have so many projects coming in, people have put money on you, and also you are young still as actor, and you need to give your talent to this country and the cinema, and because of me, it will sabotage, because sabotage a lot of things to in your career. So please make sure that I'm relieving you. Please, you drop this project. We will do with someone else. Don't worry, no hard feelings, nothing. I spoke to him.
Now you're a good friends also.
Yeah, and he still he wants to do, but I said don't. It will spoil your career. Then only finally he decided, okay, I will walk out. And he didn't say anything. I said 2 words. I said, I think he said in the TV, and when Nandri Vanakkam, and he went off because he is so disappointed. He couldn't do this movie. But it would have been also, see, it's a destiny him to come, because see, anything we don't write it, destiny writes it, how it happened. Right, the same thing in cricket also. I never thought to be going to be a cricketer playing for Sri Lanka. It's a destiny. So everyone has destiny, a little bit of luck and everything. So for him, he didn't have the luck and the destiny to do that movie. But he's such a great artist. Everyone loves it, and everyone wants to see him for future as well. So I think he's doing really great now.
Jawan, a lot. But you know, in this, because you said that, and like you're saying about producers, I know that his name also would have meant like it would be even bigger, right? Did you at that point think we are going to approach even more? I'm honestly delighted that Madhur is here, because he's a phenomenal actor if you look at his work. But at that time, did you want to go out and approach other South stars or people from Bollywood to think like, or did your producers, anybody say, ki, kuch, you know, let's get somebody who will be even bigger?
No, because I was given to all the rights, all the things to director, because I trust him a lot, because producers will come and go. Director who want to do that, he only is the captain of the ship. He has to take the safety to the end. Yeah. So I always trusted the director because he is the man. So I told him, okay, if he left, then the production house also left with him. Because once Vijay, see, his production house comes from big names, right? Yeah. So the smaller production houses only will come to do these films, but the budget is high. Yeah. Because cricket film is not easy to shoot, because you have to go to grounds, you have to go taking a lodge, how much it's going to cost, going over like, you know, MCG, like big Australia, other countries. The expense is more than a normal movie. Yeah. It will take long shot, and also this movie like not a cricket shots, and also you have other, you would have seen the status, so all these stunt masters and creating those things and everything. So it is hard and expensive, and not going to production houses. So somehow he found a production house with funding, and then I said, don't touch any South, because I don't want to get into another problem, because Vijay Sethupathi, another actor comes, it is another problem, because again I can't be shifting and giving permissions to do everything. So we thought touch in Bollywood only. So I think he would have asked, even in Telugu is okay. I don't want to reveal. They asked big people, so they want to do it, but they didn't have time on them because of they had a lot of projects. Once you do the projects, someone who related to do the cricketing movies also they asked, but he don't want to do another cricket movie. Like that they have, see, they are big stars, right? So that happens, and I said to say, why are you going for stars? Go and get a good actor who can get. See, this movie is not going to star basis, because they are not going to see the star. They are going to see me in the movie, right? The face is me. 100%. So there are billions of fans for me all over the world.
You already have the star.
Right. No, not a star. I'm saying fans. So fans will see. They don't want, if you want to show only the cricket records, you go to YouTube and you see. You have live, you can see everything. Yeah. It is only 10, 15, 20% of cricket. Yeah. But inside, how my family traveled through this revolution, like revolution means this when you had this problems in Sri Lanka. As a country, how they went. As a country, also suffered a lot, right? Because it's not my family. Family suffered, then country suffered, and in cricket, how I suffered, and how could all odds, how could I achieve this golden moment like 800 wickets? That is the story. So that story is a unique story. Even I said when he good scriptwriter, he won this some book of awards words also. Shehan Karnaratna, he only script it. He's a very good because Sripati only wrote it first, and then Sripati wants some Sri Lankan flavor. See, because my life is in Sri Lanka, so the words sometimes, everything, the flavor has to come.
Nuance and authenticity,
Fair.
All right. So then he accepted to write it, the script, and did a very good job. So it is. See, I didn't see the movie much, but I saw all the script I read. But if you see, certain important things we couldn't put into the script. One is tsunami. I got already affected in tsunami. I would have gone missing in 20 minutes. I can tell it's not in the movie. We shot. You know, shot all the everything is taken. But yes, when you do a movie script and everything, only 2.5 hours they wanted. They don't want to make it. It's not coming in right way, so it was not there.
It's like a film, not a documentary.
It's another documentary. So it's a film. It has to. There is a flow. There is a thing has to go like. But everything is true. So they have done a good job. And also, you see in even this film also had so much of problem. See, when Sethupathi left, it's a huge controversy. Then COVID. After COVID, everything set, everything spent, everything. They landed in Sri Lanka, 2 days time, financial crisis. It was burning in Gaul face that hitting each other, going, but they took a bomb blasting. Same thing happened in I think 1995. That bomb blasting, they did that shooting. Here the problem is going. So in Indian public would have thought whole country is burning. No, it is only that area. About 50,000 people come and so everything, that the special area of the
for
protest, and they were only 10 minutes away. The police were, because of their doing my movie, they gave protection, everything, security, and they also had. See, they shot about 60 to 70, 80 days there, and there were no petrol. They were diesel. See, luckily, I had a firm, right, a big firm. So I got diesel and everything. We have to send it to them. So we can't stop.
Imagine being sent separately oil, huh? Petrol and everything.
Because we have an export company. So export company, we have dollars. So we can, government gave permission to buy from dollars, whoever has. Because the dollar crunch, it was so like that. So many problems were there, but Sri Lankan government also at the time, they gave all the permission, police were supportive, but you can make a film out of how we made this film. That kind of a story it is there.
Thank you for sharing that. I mean, it just makes you realize so much effort goes into making a film like this, and because you
and also I would like to, in this, because you are in this industry, so I want to thank the actors and the Sripati and everything. See, whoever comes, riots is going there. There are about, from India, 60 to 70 technicians to artists to everybody is here. Then Sri Lankans also involved in that. So the courage by the director, and we said, don't worry, we will look after. But sometimes electricity problem was there. So many things, still they all had the willpower to finish this project, right? The shooting in Sri Lanka. That also I have to thank this whole crew and the actors, whoever did contribute. It's something amazing, because not many actors or big stars would have walked away. They would have not even stayed. So it was a blessing that they stayed. because otherwise again you have to start again, it will be not possible sometimes.
So, ye banti nahi na film. The film would have never gotten made like that if otherwise. But it's, you know, because you said that, and I have to go to Madhur for another question as well. Because you mentioned this, you've been through a traumatic past of your own. You know, like you keep mentioning, your family saw riots, political rioting at the time, was caught in between of it. And you yourself, when there have been tensions between, you know, the civil wars that have happened, when you've made statements like you said some have been misconstrued, it has also embroiled a lot of saying that you know, a lot of Tamilians have felt hurt, which is why they keep saying that, right? That sometimes we feel like our side was not taken. How, today when you look at it, A, would you have chosen words differently, or do you think that my words were always misconstrued? Number one, also because the movie is going to release here. You say you have so many fans. Some people still might have that little thing in their heart, right? Would you like to take this platform to say what you truly feel about the entire matter that Tamilians keep raising, that, you know, you don't take their side?
See, it's very difficult to take anybody's side, right? See, first you are a Sri Lankan.
Sure.
That is your nationality. See, in India, you take it. See, you are an Indian first, then they come Tamilians, then Sikhs, then Gujaratis, like, you know, races are there, religions are there. So, once you come, one community is, maybe your community, some have disadvantage or this problem. See, I am not a politician.
Yeah.
I am a normal citizen of Sri Lankan who identity is a Sri Lankan, is born as a Tamil and a Hindu. That you can't change. But my thing is, my identity became after playing cricket as a cricketer. If I don't achieve these things in cricketer, right, maybe misquote, someone is coming, Muralidaran, quote is something? Nothing. It is meaningless. I am not making, my quote doesn't make any difference to society or anything. See, the political stance takes by the politicians.
You think it's just a political thing also, not so
yeah,
much?
It's totally, it's a political thing, no, because this everything, right? Right, so it is not a
individual thing.
Individual people doesn't like. People will always lived in Kandy, there is Tamils, Muslims, Sinhalese, we all neighbors, we are friends, we all go and eat their houses and like that. So, it live like that. So, difference is there in the political thing. So, that they have to sort it out. I can't do anything with that. My quote was, at the time was, I said this, at the time war has happened, many people died. I don't like that. Good that war is finished. And now people that also I gave the quote after 10 years, 2019, right, when in a public forum I said, no one gunshot has gone, it is all good now, it's peace and everything. That's all I said. So, that is misquoted. I was saying that LTT was demolished, I loved it, that is the best day of my life. Like that, they misquoted, and media, you can do anything. So, I am a Sri Lankan first, Hindu, and a Tamil, right? That's the identity I have. So, I, as a human being, right, as a Sri Lankan citizen, I don't want to get involved in this. I am a cricketer. I want sport, I want peace in the country, I want live, because we are going to live only certain ways. That means my quote is going to change anything and take this side, take that side. I don't think. Even if I stay in election, I might not even win sometimes. That's the way it is, because politics is so different. And running a country, whatever, this is not there. I am a cricketer. That's why I am saying I am not a politician or anything. I am a cricketer, I am a normal citizen of Sri Lanka, because I don't see any religion. When they supported me, total country, right, when I was 95, are they thought I am a Tamil?
A lot.
Only Tamils have supported me?
Because you said that, and like you're saying about producers.
Everyone.
I know
So I have
that
to stand
his
for-
name also would have meant like it would
so
be
that's
even
what I
bigger,
did.
right? Did you at that point think we are going to approach even more? I'm honestly delighted that Madhur is here because he's a phenomenal actor if you look at his work. Like I said, what a huge opportunity. We were just discussing, you must share that fun anecdote. How was it shooting when you were the child actor on the set of Kahi Pyar To Na Ho Jayega with Salman? And today when you set as the lead actor in a film, taking it all over yourself, and you know that the world is going to watch you, like your other work as well. You're in Slumdog, you have many other films that you've done fantastic work, but this is that big one for you, isn't it?
Yeah, this is my first step down south.
Yeah.
This is my debut in the Tamil industry, and my firstly, it's such a huge honor to play a legend like Murali sir.
Yeah.
You know, an honor, a challenge, a great opportunity. All of those things rolled into one. So I couldn't have asked for a better project. I have a little bit of a background in sports films, so it's not something that I was completely unaware of. Obviously, very aware of Murali sir and his exploits on the field. Wasn't aware of his journey as a person, which I think most people are not, and people are going to be quite taken aback when they go and see the film, because cricket is maybe like 15-20% of the film, and the rest is actually just a human story, a story about this young kid dealing with who am I, with the big question of identity, and not just him. Through his story, we also see the story of this whole community in that country, of a whole country itself in the socio-political journey that it goes through. So there's a lot of layers and a lot of parallels that people will be able to draw from this film. So I just have a lot of gratitude, and I hope Hindi mein kehte na ki khara utru. Yeah.
And you've missed out the anecdote of you being a child
actor?
actor?
So I mean, working with people from the south has always been a bit more fun, because they have always sort of been more professional when it comes to like time or anything. When we did this film called Kahi Pyar Na Ho Jaye, long back, DOP was from the south, and that was the first time that I saw that we would set up the lights for the next day's first shot after Pack Up Tonight. And obviously, we had the same location for a very long time, which lent itself to be able to do something like that. But still, to have that vision back in like 97, 98, 99 is unheard of in our country. So I was lucky to work with another great group of technicians and the crew on this, with R.D. Rajashekharji, our DOP, to the makeup team, to the entire crew has been incredible. And especially in Sri Lanka, I would like to mention them specially, because the country was going through a lot of issues. They themselves at home must be going through so much, but they never brought that onto this film set. Like, you could never on set look at their faces and be like, oh my God, they seem so down, or they seem really stressed. No, they didn't bring it onto set, and they kept the work environment very sterile from that. So
okay, this is the last one. You have to give slightly faster answers, no long answers at all, like she rightly said. We are ending with some fun questions specifically for you here. Okay? All right, let's see how it is. You can't help him. Let's see. All right, are you ready?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. If Muthiah Muralidaran is known as Sri Lanka's one army attack, who from the Indian side would you say is feared by the Sri Lankan cricketing team?
I would say Sehwag.
And why?
He's so dangerous, and when you're batting, he scores quicker than anyone else. He doesn't care about he gets runs or not, and he comes with all blasting.
Okay. We'll go, since we're talking about the past, who do you think has sledged you in a respectful manner and you've given it back as well?
See, I never gave it back, but I can remember Nasa Hussain sledged me in Kandy. That was a little disappointing way he sledged. So still we are friends, we talk, we had but I don't take forward that, because that's finished on that day.
Okay, fair enough. Who according to you is, among any other country in the world team that you pick, is the most revered and feared batsman?
In which form of the game?
One day.
One day feared batsman is, still I'll go to Virendra Sehwag.
Yeah? And I love that. Okay. And what about test, if I say test then?
Test cricket, obviously Sachin Tendulkar.
Ah, I was thinking there for it. Yeah. But he said that as well. Do you think there's any other player who could ever bring out something like Dusra?
There are many people bowl Dusra, but
Not like you, they say.
no, Sakleen is the most first one, and he mesmerized everyone. So I copied a little bit and learned from him. Took 3 years. So I think Dusra is something very difficult ball to bowl, and not many people can do it.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, if there's one cricketer who you really want should watch your biopic and text you, whose opinion matters to you and why?
I will say Sachin.
Yeah, his opinion matters to you.
Yeah,
Tell me
because
why.
I'm before anything. I was just when he was young. Same, I said 1 year younger to me, but still he played way before, and he's like a childhood prodigy for any cricketer. No, Sachin will be again in this world. So such a talented player. So I was a fan before I played, because he played 4-5 years before me.
Fair. If you had to describe Muthiah Muralidaran in one word and also say that what you've been through is absolutely unimaginable, what would that be and why?
One word: no emotions.
Why?
Huh?
Why do you describe yourself as no emotions?
Because emotions makes you a lot of trouble in life.
So you've always been this person?
Yes, I am a very practical person.
Very practical?
Very, very.
Okay, I didn't know this. Okay, I'll end it by asking something about Madhur. If you had to rate Madhur for whatever you've seen till now, for his bowling attack, how much points would you give him and why?
Bowling action, I will give 70% he copied me, right? Action. But I don't think he can bowl even like me for even 1%.
This I agree
This
wholeheartedly.
It's fabulous. You've done so well in this round. I must say, I love the fact that you are absolutely honest about it. You would agree, Madhur? But
Yeah,
we have
100%.
That's the truth.
That's the truth. We here go by truth. But thank you so much. It's been lovely. We've taken some time, but thank you for telling me all those stories in details. I think it was lovely. And all the very best for 800. I hope the whole world watches a story of this absolutely fantastic man who is so honest. On that note, I hope you've had fun as well.
Yeah, very much.